Hey, how's it going, my dudes? I'm not sure why my mic goes crazy sometimes. So, some people feedback to me that there's some static sound in my mic. Sometimes, like it just goes like brah, 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 or something like that. I'm not sure what's making it. I tried to figure it out. I tried to tinker around with my mic, and I just cannot seem to find out why. It seems my mic is working perfectly fine, so I'm really not sure what's causing that sudden softness or like the sudden static. But whatever the case is, for today's video, okay, we are gonna go back in time a little bit. So, so this video is gonna be more for like new players, and it's gonna be how do you rune your Nat 5s. Okay, so if you did get some of these Nat 5s that I'll be talking about today, good for you. Here's how you rune them. Okay, so unit number 1, Selene. She is by far the best. Okay, she's the best healer in the game, but she's not the best support kind of healer in the game. Okay, in my opinion, I think Druid is gonna be a bit better than her in terms of utility, but in terms of pure healing capacity, Selene is gonna be number 1. And how do you rune her? So if you do get her from the start, right, you have a really solid start because you have enough heals to sustain your team perpetually for all content. Because I'm still using Selene and she's still my go-to healer for now. How you want to build her is to give her four pieces of Swift, which you can find from Earl Plains, and I will highly suggest you to go for Earl Plains Hell mode so that you can get 5-star Swift runes from there. Alright, and then for the other two, you could either do Focus if you want to be able to slow on the enemy with her first skill. If not, you can also go with more health by giving her a 2-piece Blessing set. Because if you're new, right, and if you enter Catacombs, you will quickly realize that, hey, she gets targeted by the Orc Warriors a lot, which means she requires a lot of tankiness to be able to sustain. So Blessing is a really good option. The game also gives you defense runes, right? I think that you click somewhere at the top next to the energy and then you get some defense runes. So those can work as well. You can either give her defense or Blessing, but personally I prefer Blessing runes, okay? So how do you rune her? What you want to do is give her speed on slot 2. This is really important, okay? Speed for your healers, that's very important. Defense and HP. So it can be HP and defense, whatever. Or you can even do HP because her base HP is really high. See, as you can see, she has a... Well, this is 6 stars, okay, but comparing her HP to her defense, there is a real stark difference as compared to maybe, let's say, Popo, where the difference is just about 10 times. Here is about close to 18 times or something like that. So that's for Selene. And now we move on to Popo, who is also a very popular pre-roll character, to be honest. I got him as my first Nat 5, so I'm really happy with him, and I've been using him since day 1. Okay, so how do you rune him? You're not going to be runing him Swift, even though ideally you want him to be fast, but for the early part of the game, especially when you're new, you don't really want to give him to be bothered about speed too much. What I would highly suggest you to do is to either give him HP defense or defense HP. So either 2 defense or 2 HP in the 2, 4, 6 slots over here. But as for the sets, I would recommend you to go for 6 Blessing or 4 Blessing and 2 defense. Because frankly, HP is going to be a lot more important for sustaining in the early game, because when the enemy drops a defense break on you, all your defense stats will be pretty much negated completely. A single defense debuff removes your defenses by 70%. So if you're new and you drop a lot of your best defense runes onto your favorite character, guess what? He's gonna be pretty worthless after that. Okay, so initially you want him to be HP defense or HP defense, but eventually you want to replace the slot 2 with a speed like I have. That's when you are more comfortable with the runs and you're more sure of how you want to move forward with your team. So on the early stages, Popo, just let him be slow, but let him have enough tankiness and some hit percentage as well, because he will need to be able to drop dots on his first skill. But for the early game, the enemies have quite low resistance, so you don't really need hit percentage all that much. However, when you hit C10 or L10, that's when you really need to have a little bit more hit percentage, like me with like 26 with a hit rate lead over here. Alright, and then this is a controversial one. For if you do manage to pull an Ironheart, he's not exactly the most favorite pick of all the Nat 5s, right? People are not rerolling for Ironheart, and I completely understand. Okay, but for him, he's a really good unit because for PvE, okay, Thick and Thin is going to be very useful because it's a 100% chance to reduce 30% of the damage that your allies take. And if you ever played Summoner's War, Darien, who is the close second, reduces the damage your allies take by 15%, which is half. So Ironheart is actually a much stronger version of the Darien. And how I will rune him is to just simply go all out stats. Just give him as much defense and HP as possible. But same as Popo, 4 Blessing or 6 Blessings. So 2 or 0 defense runes, whatever. And for the rune combination here, I will also highly suggest you to give him HP defense or defense HP, whichever. And also, as you're progressing through the PvE, you may even decide to give him guard. So like, I have guard set on him. This is really useful because guard gives your entire team a shield for 3 turns that is based on 15% of your own max HP when you enter the fight. So if you're going to give Ironheart a lot of HP, like I have, HP defense, the guard is actually going to be pretty useful, and it's going to be able to protect your teammates for a little bit more than just what his passive over here can do. So guard is going to be really useful. You can also stack guard. You can actually give him 4 guard runes and 2 blessing runes or whatever. For me, I opted for a single set of focus because I want to be able to drop his attack breaks on his S2. So that's pretty much how I built my Ironheart, and he's still the same until now. Now we look at my Spider Queen. She's going to be your go-to farmer from the get-go. Okay, so she's going to be a bit hard to build. She's going to be a bit hard to build to be able to solo Blackpool heals on Hell. So as you can see, not this. As you can see, I have not even stood her up at all. None at all. But she's able to do the farming for me. Okay, so that's only possible because you want to give her not speed here. You want to give her attack, crit rate and attack, or attack. But I think attack, crit rate, attack would be the best combination. And the kind of runes that you want to give her would be, most likely be attack runes. Okay, so you want to give her the initial attack runes that you got from the Blackpool Hills challenge achievement reward thing, right? The 6 runes. You want to give them all to her, except maybe replace this with a crit rate, and then she would function a lot better as a farmer, and she'll be really consistent that way. Okay, so attack, crit rate, attack, and 6 pieces of attack runes. Yeah, so that would be the ideal build for her. And of course, for the skills, if you're going to build her as a farmer, you want to give her Arachnid Army and Trapping Web. So these 2 are the 2 big AoEs that she runs with, and that allows her to complete the waves really quickly in about 9 seconds for me. 9 seconds without maxing the skills, maxing the cooldowns especially. And if you got an Arcanist on your first roll, well, she's not really that good as a first pick. To be honest, she is one of the worst first picks that you can ever get because she relies a lot on your teammates to be chock full of debuffs in order for her to perform her role really well. That's because of the diffuse skill that makes her good. So it's just this diffuse skill that makes her come out above the rest. So for you to pull her at the start, she can't even farm properly. She's not a farmer, okay? She can't farm. Even though her skills hit many times, over here, she cannot farm. She's not very reliable in that sense. So, well, if you still decide to stick with this account, more power to you. I enjoy using her, but that's only because I have the background and the foundation to build her up. Okay, so for the runes that you want to build her with, again, don't look at my runes, because right now I'm in a very different state of the game. How you want to build her is to go attack, crit rate, attack as well. Okay, so attack, crit rate, attack, or yeah, I wouldn't suggest crit damage, not for the early game. If you do not have enough crit rate on the rest of your runes like this, you should not even be building crit damage on your slot 4. You should be going attack, crit rate, attack instead. So if you do have Arcanist, build her the same way as you would with Spider Queen. 6 pieces of attack runes that will give you that 15% defense mitigation, right? Ignore 15% of the enemy's defense. Alright, and then now we look at Destruction Idol. So if you did get him as your first Nat 5, again, not so useful because he is more of an endgame PvP unit. He's not so much of a farmer. He doesn't really do anything besides being a stall and a very huge annoyance in the arena. Okay, so that's his main role. But if you do want to stick with him because maybe you're a bit future-sided and you're willing to just make use of Nat 3s to run your PvE or whatever, then okay, how you want to build him is just to load him with 6 blessing runes, just 6 blessing, HP, that's enough. Yeah, so don't give him speed, give him HP over here, HP over here, and HP over here, all 6 blessing. That is going to make him really tanky, and potentially he could be able to help you to solo some PvP teams, right, in the arena. With, like, if you can give him so much HP, it wouldn't be an issue for him to hit 60,000 HP at 6 stars. So with 60,000 HP and with Blood Pact or something like that, and with Metal Storm, he's going to be a real problem for people in the arena. So that's how you want to build him at the start. Okay, and finally we move on to the last Nat 5 that I have, apart from those that I've converted away. She's actually one of my most favorite Nat 5s, okay? But again, she's not very good for PvE. she's a lot better off at PvP. She's really good at PvP. That's exactly where she shines because of her charm skill, and because of she has like a lot of energy reduction on her skills. So that's really useful. She has a lot of energy reduction. So it depends on how you want to build her. Okay. But for her skills, okay, as you can see, her base speed is 121. I think she has the highest base speed in the game, to be honest. She gets this after you evolve her, so she gets like a, I think, 20 speed bonus or something like that, or is it 15? I think it's 15 speed, which is ridiculous. So now she has so much speed, and well, I guess that's a bit too much. There's no reason for her to have so much speed, because she's not gonna be the one who goes first. Your Windwalker is gonna be the one who goes first. So I don't know. However, how you want to build her at the start is to give her 4 Swift and 2 Focus. Actually, is exactly how I'm building her, because that is exactly how you want to build her, even in endgame. You want her to be very fast. You want her to take the first couple of turns, right? And you also want her to have focus, so that she would be able to land her debuffs. And everything in her kit is all debuffs. Reducing energy is considered a debuff. You require hit. Here as well, the stun as well, right? When enemy's energy falls below 15%, stunning for 1 turn. So this stun as well requires hit percent. Charm definitely requires hit percent. So like me, I have 77% hit because I think, is it because of this? No, wait. How did I get 77? Okay, I probably got it from like my subs somewhere. And of course the 2-piece hit for 20%. So that's pretty much how you want to build her. She's going to be useful for PvP only, not so much for PvE. So if you do decide to stick with her, this is how you want to build her. Alright, so that's it for this video showcasing my Nat 5's and how I built them, and how I would recommend you to build them as well as when you are just starting out in the game. So I feel like this has been the most efficient way to build the Nat 5's that I had in the early game, and I'm currently in the mid game only, so as I'm progressing through towards the end game, my runes are definitely going to change, and it's not something that you'll be able to achieve really quickly. I put in a lot of effort into the grind as well. So with that said, just leave a comment down below if you have any questions regarding rune builds, especially like Medusa, right? I know a lot of people are always asking me, how should you build her runes? Which S2 should I equip on her? That kind of stuff. Just leave a comment down below and I'll get to your questions as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.